All right, good afternoon from a few miles east of Tortilla Flat on the way to Fish Creek Vista off Route 88. Patrick and I took the forest road about 1.7 miles north, and our goal today is to accomplish a hot weather hike and get up to the summit of Black Cross Butte. It's 107 degrees right now according to the car, but we're gonna play it safe, take our time. I'm gonna go over some hot weather hiking pointers, things that I've learned over the years, and talk about hot weather hiking and what to do and what not to do from my perspective anyway, and see if we can get another peak summited. So this is the third or fourth year in a row that I've done one of these hot weather hikes, if not more of them. Patrick and I did a hot weather hike in 2020 when it was around 107. I think that's the last time he went out in weather like this. Last year was about the same temperature. The year before was hotter, but this hike should be a little bit tougher. Okay, right here we thought we ran into a roadblock, but there's actually a little chute right there that we can get up. Okay, here's the chute right here, and yeah, this will be fine. We're gonna really take our time. That's one of the keys in doing this, is just to really, if you are gonna do this, or if you're stuck out in it for some reason, is just really try to take your time and not overexert yourself. I told Patrick if at any point he feels, out of the ordinary, or just, it doesn't feel right or doesn't want to go on, we're going to turn around. And same for myself too. So it is, in extreme conditions especially, just really important to kind of know your body, know what you're capable of, and know how you feel. It only comes with experience. We're actually getting a nice breeze right now, and it actually does not feel too bad at all. And probably in a minute or so, we're gonna get some cloud cover, maybe a few minutes. So yeah, it is really important, if you are stuck out in this or doing this, to find shade when you can and utilize it. There's a cliff right there, a little one. I talked more in my other videos about different pointers, wearing light colored clothing, actually covering the skin, which I'm not doing right now. I'm in short sleeves and shorts. So the summit area is up there. I don't know how far back it actually is. It's not really too much higher than here. We have to work our way up the ridge and around these rockier sections. How you feeling so far?
That's really good.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
especially with the cloud.
I know it feels like it dropped about 5 or 10 degrees right now. So I have been reading about a few, or not really reading, but I've just noticed hiker deaths over the past month or so in the extreme heat. I think 2 people died at Big Bend. I just saw a headline today of a couple people in near Las Vegas. My wife told me about a guy at Death Valley. I'm sure there are others. I don't know if there's been anything locally. I'm gonna have to look that up. But it pretty much does happen every year. From what I understand, it's a lot of out-of-town people that just aren't used to the heat and the low humidity. Actually, this isn't going to turn into much of a challenge with the heat right now, because it really has cooled down dramatically, or at least it feels like it. That sun really does make a big difference. So yeah, like I mentioned, shade. If you're stuck out in this for whatever reason, or hiking in it, and you need to just find shade if you need it when you can. It's going to be one of the most important factors. Get out of the sunlight, and automatically your chances of surviving are, I think, so much better. On my hot weather hiking video from last year, somebody commented, and he sent me the link to an Andrew Huberman podcast, because I mentioned in the video that I hold a frozen water bottle in my hand. Well, as it turned out, that Andrew Huberman interviewed, I think, another Stanford professor, and they were making, I guess, like a cool mitt kind of device that keeps your hands at the optimal temperature to where it's cooling your body off, relative, or as fast as it possibly can be cooled off. So I kind of figured intuitionally that there was just something to that. I mean, it seems pretty self-explanatory and obvious, but from what I understand, holding something that's too cold will actually increase the vasoconstriction in those veins, arteries, whatever they are, right in the hand, and then you'll lose the effect. So I think I already did it, but ever since I saw that video, I just passed the bottle between one hand and another within a few seconds. I've been running with it a little bit here and there, and it definitely seems to help. I mean, it's a difference that I can notice for sure. But yeah, everything that I'm carrying other than a half a liter was frozen solid when I started. Okay, we're just heading back to the east. This is the summit right here. That rock is the high point. All right, this is the view from the summit of Black Cross Butte. Just a couple miles north of Route 88 leading out to Fish Creek Vista. I think it's about 4 miles or so east of Tortilla Flat is where you turn off to the forest road. I'll put the forest road in the video. I can't remember it right now. Yeah, another beautiful peak, another beautiful view, another beautiful hike. If you feel like you need somewhat of a cool down at any point, grab one of your frozen water bottles. And yeah, I don't know how long you can hold it without getting the vasoconstriction, the blood vessel constriction, to where the effect won't work. But I pass it from one hand to the other pretty often. Well, we still may get some more cloud cover, but the sun is back out. But no big deal, it's actually still pretty comfortable, especially if you're not moving. I'll try to remember any more pointers I can think of on the way down in terms of hot weather hiking. I guess the number one pointer is not to do it, but if you are going to do it, there are things that you can do to lessen the risk. If you're used to the heat, it's not going to have as a dramatic impact on you as it would if you're not used to it. So Patrick and I do our fair share of exercising outside and whatnot. I'm always working out in the garage when it's 110 or whatever. Oh yeah, something else I should mention in regard to the frozen water bottle with your hands. So your hands and the bottom of your feet and your forehead are your cooling and I guess heating radiators too. So I think you put either hot or cold on those areas depending on what you want, and that's either going to heat you up or cool you down the fastest. So palms of your hands, bottom of your feet, and the forehead. Yeah, there's some graffiti on the rocks, a few X's, and this is the notch here. So we'll climb down this, and then you just have to be a little careful because you could fall and potentially hurt yourself on the edge over here. Yeah, there's a drop off right here. Yeah, this is kind of what you're faced with just a little bit into the hike, but you bear off to the right. And there are cairns, and the trail is pretty well defined too. Alright, yeah, back to this cool area again to start. Nice rock spire right there. Yeah, we're almost back. Another successful peak completed. Hot weather hiking 2023. I'm going to try to get out again if the opportunity presents itself within the next several weeks. It's always just a good thing to experiment with a little bit. We know our limits. This is a very, very short hike for us. Pretty easy, so it's not like this was strenuous. But if it was something strenuous, it would be, could be, and probably would be a different story. It wasn't as extreme as it could have been, but still pretty warm. The sun, or the cloud cover actually helped a lot with blocking the sun. Made a huge difference. So it's another reminder that if you can find shade when you're out and stuff like this, if you need it, it's going to be a huge help to you. Hope you learned something from this video. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'm always trying to figure things out myself too. That's why I do this. Just love climbing peaks and love getting out here no matter what time of year it is. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.